A lovely morning once again, and thank you very much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to the Extra. I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonyitono. Every time, very excited knowing that you are watching UBC TV. And please always make the date with us. From 6:30, we are here with an extension from 9 to 10, still discussing issues of national reporters. Now, we are away from the issues regarding prisons and development. Now we come to issues regarding food, and today specifically we are focusing on something very important, and that is livestock, where we are looking at addressing feed and fodder shortages in Uganda for improved human nutrition. Most of the times you find that a number of people in Uganda are in agriculture. Some are in, one would say, commercial agriculture, though not so many, but others, a very big percentage of our people are in agriculture. Some may be subsistence farmers, but what is important, they have to feed these animals. Feed and fodder. Most at such a time when we talk about how it is very important to have good quality products to be consumed. Now, this morning I am joined by David Minor, if I pronounce it right, from Africa Union International Bureau for Animal Resources. He is a business development expert there, with whom we are going to be discussing this. And I also expect to be joined by an official from NARO. Now, when we talk about NARO, we all know these people engage in a lot of research, mostly in the areas of agriculture, when it comes to animals, when it comes to our crops. They do that very well for us. But she'll be joining us very soon. We hope that she'll be here in time. Now, David, first, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
And may I add welcome to Uganda?
Thank you. It's my second home.
It's your second home. Now, to begin with, for the benefit of my viewer, when we talk about the Africa Union International Bureau for Animal Resources, what is this all about and what do you do?
This is a technical office of the African Union that is driving the agenda of animal resources. So, you know African Union. Now, this is an associated office for technical undertakings around animal resources. And you see animal resources are widespread. Could be ruminants, could be fish, could be apiculture. So this is where we are based in Kenya, and we are executing our programs across the continent. And today, this week, we are in Uganda to be able to work with the ministry, MAIF, because it's part of the countries that was selected for the project Resilient African Feed and Fodder Systems. I would like to explain to you a bit about why the word resilient. If you have noted, whenever we have tough climatic conditions like drought, our systems are hit very hard. It begins by just affecting the feed resources that we have.
Very true.
So maybe Uganda sometimes is not very heavily affected if you compare with some other countries, like Somalia, Kenya, Ethiopia, Djibouti, and other countries like that. But you see, if you look at the amount of feed resources that are lost, either because you've had prolonged dry season or you've had extreme conditions like floods, the first thing to be hit is the resources, is the feed resources that livestock rely on for them to be able to stay alive and also to produce the products that we eat. We drink milk, we eat meat, beef, we eat chicken, we eat eggs. All these products are coming from well-fed animals. So what then happens if we get a crisis that hits the feed resources very hard? That's how we end up not having sufficient food resources for people, or we end up having it, but it's too expensive for some people to afford it. So the Resilient African Feed and Fodder Systems is addressing the issue of resilience. Is it possible that we can be able to strengthen the feed and fodder sector in Africa in a way that it does not get that kind of a beating when we have a tough crisis like drought or other extreme climatic conditions? This is the objective of the project, so that across Africa, we can have a feed and fodder sector that is strong enough to bear that weight and to be independent of the climate, so that whether we have drought or we have floods, we still can have a stable feed and fodder sector that can be able to drive a very robust livestock sector. Then we have food to eat. That is actually how the term resilience is coming about. If it is not resilient, the opposite is vulnerable. That whenever we have a problem, it is hit hard, we've lost resources, we have too much loss in feed and fodder, animals are dying, and all those people who depend on animals for their living or for their enterprises to make an income, all those people now have to be helped. And unfortunately, some of them lose their lives because the animals are not there anymore. And why are they not there? Because we lost feeds. So that's why we are driving the resilience factor in the feed and fodder systems in Africa. And we hope that this objective is going to be achieved in Uganda, in Kenya, in Zimbabwe, in Nigeria, in Somalia, in Cameroon, the countries that have been selected for the execution of this project.
Well, we just hope, because for us here in Uganda, most of the time this has also resulted into conflict. We have your brothers from Kenya. That usually, because Uganda, we are hit, but not as bad as you are hit in Kenya. So they frequent our grazing areas. And sometimes some of them have even brought in a little bit of insecurity. We've had issues of disarmament this side, but that is a story I'll tell you offset.
Okay.
Now allow me to go for a short break, and I'll be having my other guest on set with me, and we'll continue discussing resilient animal feed. How do you ensure that you have feed and fodder even at these tough times, so that we avoid these inconveniences that come with such times? Great loss of animals, lives, conflict, and all that. We'll return shortly, and I'll be having another guest on set. Keep it with us.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Have you packed more with Harbour jelly and Harbour foam?
Yes, we pack.
It will protect your skin from skin rashes.
Move it pack.
It is a new improved Morbid Harbour jelly, so soft and smooth.
It is a Morbid Harbour jelly.
Tell me, kids, the scent. Any irritations? No more rashes and irritations. Movit Harbour Jelly and Harbour Soap is rich in natural herbs for a smooth and glowing skin.
Movit all day confidence.
Juko.
Yo.
Wachikuwa. Check the shopping, man. What's your secret?
Uganda wange. Haven't you heard of the parish development model PDM?
Yes, I did, but I thought it was just a talk.
No, Sebatia. It is real. I and a few friends together formed a circle, accessed money from the PDM, invested in a poultry project, and now things are moving.
Juko. I thought I was one of your friends.
You are.
But you left me behind.
I didn't leave you in poverty. But what you do, just visit your LC2 chairperson and your parish chief, and start the process of economic transformation. Just like that. The parish development model is an initiative from the government of Uganda through the Ministry of Local Government, designed to transform all lives of Ugandans for the better. PDM, my parish, my development, my life.
March is the month of film magic, as the Uganda Communications Commission brings you the regional film competition. Experience the excitement across Uganda. Northern region in Moroto from the 4th to the 8th of March. Eastern region in Jinja from the 11th to the 15th of March. Central region in Mitiana from the 18th to the 22nd of March. Western region in Kasese from the 24th to the 27th of March. Come and watch some of the best films made by your very own creative minds on their way to stardom. Follow and support the different nominees as they battle for top honors in each regional film competition. The winners will walk away with prestigious awards and exciting prizes. The regional film competition is powered by the Uganda Communications Commission, increasing diversity of Ugandan content.
UBC is the national public broadcaster. We educate, inform, entertain, and inspire our audiences. You can watch us on free-to-air channel 001, DSTV channel 282, GoTV channel 371, Star Times channel 201, Zuku TV channel 20, and Azam TV channel 350. Even when your subscription expires, you can still watch UBC for free on your pay TV platforms.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Thank you so much for being with us, and welcome back from that short break. Like I earlier told you, we were going to be going for a small break and have my other guest join on set. But in case you've just joined, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra. I'm Robert Cherabo Nyonyintono, and with me I have two officials. One is from the Africa Union International Bureau for Animal Resources, and that is David Mana with me. We began the show with him, and we are now joined Dr. Kole Kemi Gabo, if I have it right, Senior Research Officer at NARO. Thank you so much for being with us, better late than never. And just let's go direct to save time. Now, Doctor, when we talk about addressing feed and fodder shortage in Uganda, looking at how we can promote resiliency, where does NARO come into the picture?
Yeah, good morning, viewers all over Uganda, all over the world. I'm Chloe Kemigabo, the Senior Research Officer with NARO, or the National Agricultural Research Organization, based at the Zonal Institute of Mbarara, or Mbarara Zadi, commonly known as Stock Farm. Yeah, when it comes to the resilience of feed and fodder resources, we know that one of the economic activities in Uganda is livestock farming, and it is dominated by cattle, followed by goats, but we have other animals like poultry or the birds, and then fish are the most dominant for now. The most dominant feed resources, if I can use the word feed resources, are natural pastures or forage, what they call forage. And it is dominated by mixed species. They are not single species or single strands of pasture, but it is a mixture in the wild or in the natural. However, due to climate change or changing environmental conditions, due to adoption of improved breeds, we have now Frisian crosses, we are coming up with Jersey crosses. All these crosses are high feeders, they will heavy feeders. And to sustain our economic status in the region, where Uganda is almost the food basket of the region, and Western Uganda, especially Mbarara, produces almost a quarter of the milk that is produced in the country. We find that feed and fodder become important. Now, things to do with the conservation of fodder, be it natural, be it improved, adoption of new improved breeds of fast-growing and nutritious fodder species, especially, as you know, in Uganda, NARO has produced resilient varieties of fodder, like especially like the Napier, that is resilient to diseases. You know, we had the threat of the Napier stunted disease, and one of our scientists, Dr. Jore Kabiris, was key in piloting adoption, breeding of resilient or fast-growing Napier species, which has been adopted across the country and even in the neighboring countries. So NARO, what is our role? NARO comes in, one, to conduct research. And when it comes to the national institutes like NARIRI, the National Livestock Resources Research Institute based at Nachesasa, They do most of the breeding. We have breeders there for forage, for Napier, for Bracharia. We have they also adapt other pasture varieties that have been seen outside the country to do better, especially in town when now that we have prolonged droughts, when the soils are poor. So we do, as NARO, we contribute towards making sure that we have improved varieties of fodder. We also do conduct research in improving the efficiency of feed resources, be it in the natural environment. So we have come up, we have technologies like use of enzymes in improving digestibility,